Growing up on a farm, I had the typical pets, generally like dogs and cats. Cats were around for the pest control when there were hogs on the farm. Now they're just living in the old abandoned hog buildings. And we had dogs, but they weren't there to hurt the cattle or anything. They were just pets. I remember having German Shepherds, and our parents got a German Shepherd puppy when they were married. Her name was Duchess. She died before I was even born, or at least died when I was very little. I don't remember her just from the pictures I've seen. That's the only way I remember her, or at least know about her. I do remember one of her puppies. He was a white German Shepherd, a rare German Shepherd, considered for German Shepherds. He was big compared to the 3-year-old version of myself. He was big enough that I could have ridden, but I don't think he would have allowed me to. But he always seemed to follow me around for some reason. I don't know why, but he would. He was the last German Shepherd that we had, and we didn't get another after he died. We got 2 different dogs. First dog was named Sam. I don't know what breed he was, and I think we may have sold him because I don't think he stayed around long. I don't remember exactly what happened, but the next dog we got was a Border Collie child mix. His name was Sheba. She died and was given a proper burial by my grandfather. And after Sheba, we had no more dogs, even though I wanted a dog. And after that, we had 2 cats. Both were my sisters that she got in college, but didn't want to keep them after the cats got bigger. First one was a calico, whose name was Kaylee. And then the second one was a tomcat called Oliver. Oliver died because he followed suit with Sheba by going onto the main highway from where I'm at. And Kaylee's still around, and she's just needy. She wants to be petted now because she doesn't have Oliver to bug. And we have Brownie, who's a steer. He was raised by my sister since his mother, Latoya, died giving birth to him. And now he's 16. Cattle live to generally be 20. Brownie's arthritic, particularly in the knees, and he just freaks people out by just laying on his side, like completely on his side, and people will be like, "What's that brown thing laying out there?" And then he'll raise his head up like, "I ain't dead," and then just lay right back down. In the beginning it was funny, now it's just scary, because we don't know if he's gonna get right back up or just lay there and not move. But the other thing that really kind of creeps some of my family out is that the back pasture is right behind our house, and the front of the house faces the highway. If he's in the back pasture, and if somebody is either in the house or in my mother's tax accountant office, and he's standing up facing, at least in the general direction of either the house or the office, if someone is in either building and moving from one end of the house to the other, his head will follow you the entire way from one end to the other. And if you're standing in the kitchen and you're talking with somebody and it's about him, he knows. It's like a sixth sense with him. his ears start twitching toward the house or the office, and he eventually turns his head to wherever you are and be like, I know you're talking about me. And my parents were considering getting a dog, but one was saying, we don't need a dog, we have Brownie. Because he's kind of like a big dog, and he could be let out the back pasture since the electric fence doesn't work anymore. And just roam around the yard and just eat the grass. And we would fence in the places we don't want him to go into. And he'd probably go to the neighbors, be like, Brownie's here. Go on, Brownie, go home. He'd just be out in the yard doing his business. And that's all the pets I have.
Albert Hall.
My name's Amanda Alons.
My name is Stephen Hall.
We had pets all of our life growing up as kids. The first pet I remember was a dog named Ring. And we named him Ring because his tail would come up and curved around, made a circle like a ring.
Yeah.
So that was his name, Ring. He was a good squirrel dog too.
I have one cat. She, her name's Suki. So just Suki.
Yes, I have a couple pets, I guess, that I take care of. They're not really mine, but I got a cat that was left here by my oldest daughter for me to take care of. And I've been taking care of her for probably 10 years or more. And then I have a pet steer in the pasture that, again, my daughter raised from a baby because its mother died when at birth. And I feed it now, during the winter mostly. During the summer it eats grass. During the winter I have to feed it some hay and some sweet feed supplement to try to keep it from getting too skinny during the winter. And during the summer there's some fly control that we have to do on the keep the flies off of the steer and worm it. The cat is mostly just feed it and worm it periodically most of the time, and everything else. Put some flea powder on it off and on. But that's what I got. I got a cat and a steer.
And she's so much fun to have. She really likes to be petted right away, first thing when you come home. So she runs to the door and she greets you. She's kind of like a dog that way, but she'll run to the door and greet you, and she'll rub up on you, and then she'll jump in your lap. But as soon as she's had enough, and she'll let me go and get my work done and do my own thing. So I
It was named Patsy. When we got her from the animal shelter, her name was Put. And Jackie didn't like Put, so we changed it to Patsy. So that was the last dog we had.
The cat's name is Kaylee because it was a calico, and my daughter came up with Kaylee, short for calico. And the steer's name is Brownie, and it got its name because it's brown. And that's about it.
Oh yeah, give me something to do when I didn't have anything else to do. I could play with a cat or a dog. But their temperament was good too. Teach you how to be a good person.
I guess it's good to have an animal that that thinks the world of you. I guess that cat seems to like me pretty good, and that steer likes me when I carry that feed out there and feed it. And you can step out there and rub the steer, and the cat, you can rub the cat. And if I'm out in the yard, the cat will come around like it wants to be around me. And the steer just comes around when it wants something to eat, but you can go out and pet it. It don't have a problem with you petting it. It's very tame.
Well, it would definitely be Suki because I love her, and I think one day I'd like to get a dog, you know. So that's kind of that would kind of be my ideal. Would be just cat Suki and then a little dog for Suki to play with.
No, I'd probably go with a monkey.
Do you have any idea of what type of monkey you choose?
I don't know what the names of them are, but a small monkey. Whatever small.
Right, why would you pick a monkey?
Well, because they're more human than most things.
With the whole opposable thumb kind of going on.
I could teach them some stuff you can't teach a cow or something.
Well, I guess if I was gonna get any animal, I would have to go with one that I could get on its back and fly, that it could carry me flying. So mythical would probably be what that would be. Yeah, Pegasus horse, or maybe a dinosaur that's a pet, that one of them flying dinosaurs.
I didn't use some people that had hamsters. There's some people that had a rat.
Yeah, well, I think it's really, I don't know if I would want to own any animals that were on a protected list, because I think a lot of times the reason they're protected is because people have taken them out of their environment. So, but I really am all about raising awareness. I'm really into manatees. I think they are the coolest creature ever, and they're so majestic and so, you know, peaceful and playful, and part of the reason that they're dying off and that they're an endangered species is because they are people have been moving into their lagoons. So yeah, I think raising awareness about it is really important.
A friend of my brother's had wolves that he had. I guess they were semi-pet. They stayed in a pen. He had a crow, and that was pretty cool. The crow would play catch with us out, fly back and forth. When we were throwing the ball outside, that crow would fly back and forth like it was trying to catch the ball, fly along with the ball. And I think the guy with the wolves, he was breeding wolves he was crossing the wolves. They were purebred wolves, and he was crossing them with like German Shepherds, which made them good guard dogs, like junkyard dogs and stuff. And the crow was just neat to have a crow, I guess. I think they climbed up in a pine tree and got a baby crow out of a nest up there one time and raised it. That's how they ended up with a crow. Oh yeah, I know another guy that's raised squirrel babies. I guess that would be interesting to have a squirrel, as long as it didn't bite you.